Dear students, now today we are going to discuss about theory of space curve. Let us look what do you mean by theory of space curve. Uh, First of all, we have to define the differential geometry. And if you go through the book and look the what is the definition of differential geometry, then it is there. A differential geometry is the study of properties of space curve. Okay. So what is differential geometry? Differential geometry, you may say, is the study of properties of space curve and surfaces with the help of vector calculus. This geometry examine in more detail the curve in space and surfaces, whereas the differential geometry of the plane curve deals with the tangents, normals, curvature, asymptotes, involutes, and evolutes. Okay, so we have already gone through the various mathematical courses, and where you know in more detail. Just to revise your memory, I have taken here the few pictures of you realize what is the tangent and how it look like, what is the radius of curvature, what is the curvature, what is the osculating circle, and what is the tangent plane. Okay. Similarly, here the tangent plane normal. This is the 3D principal curvature. For any surface, how it look like. If this is a point on the surface, then you just here you can look all the 3D. The upward is tangent plane normal, that is most equal to the normal vector of the point P, and this is the mini. This say this green arrow. This indicate that the minimum curvature direction. But here the this red arrow, this indicate the maximum curvature direction. Okay, so you know how this 3D principal curvature look like. Okay, and this is your maximum curvature in 2D section. This indicate, and this indicate the minimum curvature in 2D section. Okay, in XY section. Now here also asymptote. So this is clear and very easy example of the asymptote here. If you look the tangent and normal here, this is simplest curve where you can visualize the normal and tangent. Okay, now representation of a surface curve. So what do you mean by representation of a surface curve? Just these points are very important from your mathematical background. You know all these important facts. Whenever we use the word space, it means the Euclidean space of dimension 3 denoted by E3. तो स्पेस से घबराना नहीं है. स्पेस जब भी हम कहेंगे या स्पेस हम लोग डीजी में बात करेंगे तो it means the Euclidean space of dimension 3 denoted by E3, and you know this. In this space, a single equation generally represents a surface, and so we need two equations to specify a curve. Okay, it means we first introduce a space curve as the intersection of two surfaces. Let us suppose these surfaces are f1 xyz is equal to 0 and f2 xyz is equal to 0. Let us suppose this is an equation number 1. We can solve these equations easily for y and z in x, and we may obtain this equation as y is equal to f1x and z is equal to f2x in terms of x as their solution. We may take a parametric representation also. Okay, how? Let us suppose x is equal to u, then y is equal to the function of u, and z is also the function of u. For example, let us suppose this example is given. Let the cubic curve with parametric representation x is equal to u, y is equal to u square, and z is equal to u cube. Then what is the analysis of this cubic curve? So analysis is a most straightforward method of elimination of this equation. Elimination of the given equation gives just you eliminate, then you will get. Let us suppose you want to eliminate u from by taking two equations x is equal to u and y is equal to u square. Then you can write y is equal to x square from this equation. You can write here. Similarly, if you want to eliminate from x z, okay, so by including all these three equations, very easily you can write xz is equal to y square and many more. There are many more options, but I am taking here only one. If y is equal to x square and fz is equal to y square, that you may take this equation number 3. Then it is easy to see if you know that xz is equal to y square, xz is equal to y square. This represents a parabolic conic, and y is equal to x square is a cone. Okay, cone with the vertex at the origin. Hence, the two surfaces, these two surfaces, you know, y is equal to x square. Here I am saying y is equal to x square as a cone. Why I am saying as a cone? So I will tell you later why this is called y is equal to this is y is equal to x square is a cone. Okay, so this again once again I am telling you you know all the conic section. So from conic section you have derived all the geometrical shape and sizes. Like here I am saying x z is equal to y square. This is representing parabolic cylinder. Okay, so parabolic cylinder also, and this cone with the vertex at the origin. This can be seen very easily here. How you will sect the cone conic section, then you will here it will be generated by secting this cone. Here what will be generated? Parabola will be generated, and then circle will be generated, ellipse will be generated, pair of straight line will be generated, all the picture. So it is for the viewer, you may go with the mathematical description of the second degree equation and conic section. This is the beautiful part of mathematics where you know more detail about such problem and their analysis. So now the next here in this connection we have to study the what do you mean by arc length. If you go through the book and you look the definition in mathematics, what do you mean by arc length? Then you find the arc length is the distance between 2 points along a section of a curve. Mind it, section of a curve. It means we define a arc length of a curve and derive a formula for the arc length. And for that purpose, let us consider R is equal to RU be a path with parameter U belongs in I. As U varies over AB interval, let us suppose a closed interval AB that contained in I, then the path is an arc of the original path joining the both points A and B. Let del be a subdivision of AB as follows. Then del, you may express this because these are the sections. Del is equal to A is equal to all the subdivisions. Subdivision means, let us suppose U dot A is equal to U naught. U1 is what? U naught plus H. U2 may be U naught plus 2H. U3 may be U naught plus 3H. These are the subdivisions. Ui, and then up to En is equal to B means you have already subdivided the closed interval AB. Corresponding to the subdivision del of AB, let this L del is summation of I is equal to 1 to N RUI. This is the length. Okay, length of the curve. RUI minus RUI minus 1. It means if the points are in neighborhood, just to check UI and UI minus 1, then L del gives the sum of the length of the sides of the polygon inscribed within the curve by joining these successive points on the path. So these are the two important theorems which is very necessary, and you may go through and read at your own about the proof and other analysis part of these theorems. If R is equal to RU is the parametric representation of a curve where U belongs in closed interval AB, then the length of the curve is S is equal to SU is equal to under the integral A to U R dot U du. This is the beautiful formula for to represent the parametric representation of curve. Then the length of the curve, how to calculate the length of the curve with this formula. And second is, if the arc length of a curve is invariant, you have to establish if the arc length of a curve is invariant under parametric transformation. So these are the two important results you have to remember, and if possible, then you you try to study at your own about the proof part of both the theorem. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.